Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode in your favorite board game podcast, the After Game Night podcast. I am your host, Axel, and I'm back. I was not dead. Well, I was kind of dead from work, but I'm here. I'm very happy to be back in the show. And of course, I am not alone. So let's help me bring the remaining of our hosts to the show. So first, we're gonna bring a very good friend, Wonder Meeple, to the show. Adri.
Hello, my friend. So good to see you.
It is great. I feel revived. I died, and now I came back from the dead.
Back from the dead.
Back
You
from the
sure
dead.
are. Wow. It's good to really see you, my friend.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to see you too. We're missing somebody else too. We're
We
missing
are.
the legend.
Yeah, I doubt it, but
Well,
yes.
he told us they call him the legend. We'll
Okay.
let we'll let the chat
We'll
people,
believe
beautiful
that.
people in the chat, let us know. But
Okay.
please help me welcome Mr. Mask Meeple.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, ooh. Hello,
How are you, my
Jesus.
friend?
Hello, Jesus. How are you?
Jesus. There you go.
We
Jesus,
we're
yes.
we're good. I'm good.
Yeah, I
I'm back.
always knew it. I always knew it. There was
I'm
something
back.
strange on you. Was like this vibe, like a revive now. It's kind of great
Yeah,
vibe.
yeah. It's
So
been a couple of tough days, weeks, months, years.
it's live. That's live. It hurts sometimes. It hurts. So I'm
Exactly.
happy. I'm happy you're back. I mean, we kind of missed you in the last episodes.
We
I would like to
kinda.
say that kind of because, to be honest, it was like for some reason the conversation stayed like for an hour and a half or more, almost two
I
hours. I
think it
think.
was an hour and a half. Yes, something like that.
Yeah, it was a pretty long conversation,
Oh
very
wow!
excited conversation. I am pretty sure you didn't watch the episode, but
I subscribed.
yes, I mean, I
Oh.
know that for sure, but I'm pretty sure you also didn't watch the episode.
I donated money.
I don't,
I
I
saw
will
the
not
link.
explain. I will not explain it to you, but it was fun. It was
Yeah.
I love
really,
it.
yeah, no, no, it was
You
amazing.
are a great co-host, Axel. I'm sure you watched
Hmm.
it.
Of course I did. I'm subscribed,
Of course,
Mhm,
I didn't.
mhm.
Yeah.
Sure.
just like the rest of our viewers. They're all subscribed.
Mhm,
I'm
mhm,
sure.
Mhm,
mhm. But
But it's
mhm.
anyhow,
great. We're back together.
the
Team
Yay!
is
gang
back
is back
together.
together. Yes. Woo, woo,
Awesome.
woo.
Perfect. So, my friends, please catch me up on what you've been playing in the last week.
Ooh, okay, Maske Maple.
Okay.
Mask and Maple. Mask and Maple.
Yeah, you are always the
Ladies
Yes.
most
first.
exciting. No,
Ladies
no,
No,
you're
first.
no.
always the most
Legends.
exciting.
Legends first.
Okay, now stop calling me like that because I'm gonna start believing it, and it
You
will be
I
should.
worse. It
You
will be
are.
bad for you. It will be bad for you. I mean, the
No,
I
the
hope.
no.
first the
I
first
will
one,
be very
the
proud to be
with a
co-host with a
legend.
legend.
I told you to stop
as
calling him that.
as as long as not I am not the call like the legend of the Nawal or something like that.
Loch Ness
I mean, not, I
monster.
mean, yeah,
Loch
things like
Ness
that.
monster.
What
No,
will
very
be
good, very good.
what will be the similar or the thing that will be like in the United States
The
called like
legend of the
of Longfoot,
chupacabras.
no,
The
Longfoot,
chupacabras, yes.
Chupacabra, Longfoot.
Chupacabras.
Yeah, could be that.
Yeah.
Well,
There you go.
anyway, so yeah,
Have you been playing Horrified? Is that why you're making this reference?
I've been played horrified. No, I have not. I mean, I played that
Right,
a
but
long
not
time
Warcraft.
ago, a long time ago. But there is another board game that also features those kind of
Monsters.
monsters. Yeah, which is Unmatched. It has
Unmatched.
Unmatched that
Yes.
has a very large variety of monsters. So yeah, that also
Mm,
features some of the most legendary American and Universal monsters. Anyway,
yes.
well, so the thing is, on Friday night we had like live happening in our gaming group, and also we were very tired. It was a very long week, and we were also we had only the chance to play one game, but it was one of my
Only
absolute
one.
only one game. But it was really nice game night, um, because we played a game that I was really excited play with them. It was my favorite from the West Kingdom trilogy from Garfield Games,
Okay.
Awesome.
which was Viscount of the
Architects.
no
Oh,
architects. I love architects, but my favorite, my absolute favorite of the trilogy is Viscounts of the West Kingdom.
Bicam.
So we played the base game without the any expansions.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But even though it was the first time I played at 4 player count, and at the beginning it started, like maybe probably this is too much because I mean it was a long explanation. But I think after maybe 3 rounds or so, everything started making sense for all the players, and just like that, the game was just running smooth, and it was an amazing game. There was like this bet we had, like because for the way we were playing, my friends were assuming that it will be a close game between one of my other friends and myself. But at
Mm-hmm.
the end, I ended in the third place.
Third place.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Out of how many? Three.
Or I told you, pay attention.
Four.
you're not paying
Okay.
attention, Axel. What?
You lost one of your senses when you
I
revived.
did. I'm telling you, I'm
Hmm.
reviving. I'm in the
Yeah.
process of reviving.
Hmm.
Third
Yeah.
place. Well, at least you got a medal.
Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, Viscount. It was amazing gaming experience because you know now that we have this confidence playing these long games, because it was
Mm-hmm,
like
mm-hmm,
it was like 3 hours gameplay, pretty
mm-hmm.
much so far. I think, yeah, kind
Okay.
of like that. And yeah, I mean, it was very interesting. They have my friends had their thoughts on how they like it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's always really really nice to hear from other people, their opinions, their comments, because probably you're start catching some things that you're missing because you're
Yeah.
probably just enjoying the game, and probably you missed like some of these minor details, and they catch it and they say like, oh, I mean, I like it too, but this part in the middle of the castle I think is not worth enough in terms of points, because my friend who won, she was focused 100% on build the buildings, around the board, and that was the main source of points in the whole game for all players, and
Mm-hmm.
that was the key part that gave her the victory. So anyhow, I mean, if you start thinking on strategies, maybe that will be the one of the best strategies, but also depends on other factors. Anyway, that doesn't mean that I didn't like it or I like it less. I just it was like a different experience. I really enjoyed it. So it was a really really nice time. But sadly, it was the only game that we were able to play on Friday night. And just because I didn't want to come here and say that I only played one game,
Only.
I only played one game. So I
Oh,
asked my
wow.
daughter. I asked my daughter. So before we start the show, we have to play something. So at least I come to the podcast and mention that other game. So we
Okay. Okay.
we sat down, and just before we I start joining the podcast, we just finished the King of Dice board game. So the King of Dice, the board game, is a variant for the King of Dice, the card game, pretty much. I haven't played
Okay.
that game. So this
Mm-hmm.
is a kids game, but I consider that it's more like a family game. So
Okay.
for kids that are like 8 plus, probably. I don't remember what is the age specified on the box, but I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
sure it's kind of like that. In that game, you're pretty much focusing on a lot of luck and a little bit of strategy. So it's fun for them because it's the excitement of throwing dice, but
Mm-hmm.
at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, you are trying to strategize kind of because you are acquiring some cards, and those cards would allow you to put some castles on the board. And this is the area control part of the game, because at the end of the game, they will count you more points if you have like a largest what a very large consecutive or adjacent castles. So
Okay.
as more castles you have adjacent in the board, it will award more points for you.
Okay.
And yeah, that was great. I mean, it was like, yeah, I mean, you're throwing dice. It's always this luck factor, but it's fun. She likes it, and I really play that every time because these are I mean, these kind of games are the kind of games that I really enjoy playing with her nowadays
Hmm.
because they are not that simple. That now includes a little bit more of a strategy or just the precise amount of time for her or for us to play, and she can now go straight to bed. So it was an excitement plan. And yeah, those were the two board games that I had the chance to play physically for the last week. Yeah, so that's me.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. So
Very
now I
good.
pass the ball. Oh, hold on.
All right, Adri. Did you get a
Oh,
Sounds
chance
hold on. We
to?
have a comment here. I would like
We
to
do.
share with you. The Daddy Gamer says Vicon is good, but Paladins, Hayold. I mean,
Paladins.
it's hard for me to just choose
Paladins
one,
for the win.
But I
but
thought you liked
Paladins.
architect.
Yeah, I love Architects. I really enjoyed Architects,
Which one is the best
in my opinion, Vikings is the best
in your
because it's the
heart?
one that is more complete in terms of mechanics and strategies. You know, because you have
Components.
no components, but just the strategies and the gameplay and the mechanics, because that includes kind of deck building, just a little
Hmm.
bit, hand management, resource management, uh, kind of this. I think that's the more complete, not complex, but complete. And for me, Paladins, the only thing I don't like about Paladins is the time between in between turns, because
Mm, slow.
when a player has their turns, it's their turn, and they can take like any time they want to
Oh no.
play, and it will be like I had that experience playing with another friends long
How
time
long?
ago, and it
5
happened like
hours.
I don't know. I mean, forget about that. It's just like when one of my friends were playing, the others were like, checking their cell phones and just not
No.
paying attention. It was like, oh no,
No, no. That's
yeah,
great.
yeah. So it was like,
No.
no, those
Checking their
are
their phones for taking
uh,
pictures and posting right to
no, no, no,
Instagram.
no, no, no,
Of
no.
course not.
It was not for
No.
that. It wasn't for that.
Oh
So
man.
I think that's the only
Sadness.
thing. Yeah, that's the only thing. But I still like it, and I think it works best at two, maximum three players. If you have a
Mhm.
higher player count for that game, I think it will be very boring for the rest of the players while you're taking your turn. That's my opinion.
All
That's
right.
it. So
That
that's
is
it.
the professional opinion of Mr.
That
Masks Meeple.
that's just a plain moral opinion. That's it for me. Okay.
Excellent. Well, there you have it.
Mhm.
Adri, please tell us about what games you've been playing lately.
What games I've been playing lately? Okay, so I'm
Yes.
gonna be talking about two as well. I finally had the opportunity to learn Distilled thanks
Oh,
to actually
yes.
Josh, who is here with us in the chat, the Daddy
Oh.
Gamers. So thank you
Mm.
Nice.
for that. Is a really good card game about crafting spirits. I mean, you've heard about it. It has
Mhm.
resource management, push your luck, and the game is about that you have like inherited a distillery and you're hoping to someday achieve the
Mhm.
title of a master distiller. So
Mhm.
basically, you purchase ingredients, you invest in upgrades, and eventually you will be sending the ingredients to or the spirit to a warehouse, and then the more points you gain, the better with the liquors that you are actually, let's say,
Mhm.
distilling and creating with those products or with those
Hmm.
purchases that you have with those
Oh, there it
upgrades,
is.
and then
Came out
Mhm.
last year.
the one with the most victory points at the end wins. So basically,
Mhm.
How much player interaction is there in this one?
player interaction, I don't think there's much because you're doing your stuff and the other player is doing their stuff. So
But like maybe they steal the ingredients you need from the market, kind of like
yeah.
that, or no?
Mm-hmm. They could
A
do
little
that
bit.
a little bit. I mean,
Okay.
if you want to actually purchase an upgrade that will help you at some point and it
Hmm.
works for the other player, then they can steal it from you for sure.
Nice.
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 Nice. Oh, mate. Nice,
You know
mate.
what? I
Nice thing.
remember it was I remember when it was on Kickstarter, I almost backed it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But you didn't.
But I didn't. I stay
Of
strong.
course
Perfect.
not.
Perfect. Why?
Great.
Oh, look
Because
at that. It has the
board games
terraforming
can't
Mars
buy you
cubes.
love. Yes.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I have played that one, and thanks to the publisher who sent me a copy last year. They
Nice.
sent me the
Nice.
copy tonight, mate.
Nice.
Nice.
So this is one of the this is one of the games that as soon as I receive it, I played.
You ate
It
it.
was, yeah, I put it. It was I think the very same night I received it. It was
Nice.
the night I played. This is back in you know
2023.
back in time when I had still
A year
some
ago.
time. Yeah, a year ago. Now it looks like it's been a while. But anyway, so the only thing I remember clearly about this game now
Hmm.
is that I wish it had like a little bit more long time to play, or more rounds, if you
Mm,
put it that way.
was too
It was
short.
like, ah,
Too
yes,
quick.
yes, yes.
You were
Not
not
too quick,
satisfied.
not satisfied, because I think I remember feeling little frustrated with
Hmm.
that feeling of, oh my god, I just needed a couple more rounds. I just was about to complete a couple of things, or I don't know. Unfortunately, I have only played once, and I
Mm,
think
How many
I
players?
two players,
Oh.
two players. So I
mm-hmm.
think this could be a great option for
Hmm.
the next game night. I'll just have to take a look and revisit the rule book, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure I have forgot pretty much everything. But I think it will be a good idea to give it another chance. So probably for the next episode, I will have that in the conversation.
All
So saying that I
right.
revisited this game, because I mean production and thematically, I think it makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things that I think overall for me was just okay. But like I said, I just
Hmm.
wished it would last a little bit more, like a couple of rounds or so. That's just the comment I have on this one.
It
Anyway.
was it was
Makes
a fair
sense.
amount of time for me. I mean, it's just a fair amount of time to play this game.
Hmm.
And I didn't win, but I understood a lot better from the first times that I was playing without understanding. Like really, for the first time I played this game on BGA, I was like, "What the hell I'm doing?"
Okay. And
Yeah.
did you play it physically or BGA? Is it
BJ.
No,
BGA?
BGA.
Is it BGA?
It's on
Well,
BGA.
we should
We
play
should
that
play it.
then.
Of
Yeah, we should
course.
We
play it. Yeah,
surely
yeah.
do. We can
So
surely
We
do.
need to put it on the list.
every episode we just like
We start a new
discover
game.
a new game because of you.
Hey,
Like
but we've
that,
been playing them.
great
We
game.
have been playing them. At
Yeah,
least
that's
some of
great.
them.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, we have this game of architects of the West Kingdom staying there for probably 2 weeks or so right now, just with 3 rounds already.
It doesn't. It
That's
doesn't expire.
no, I mean,
It's not expiring.
You
But
can
it's
still
because
eat it.
Axel is
It's
not
fine.
playing. Axel, you need to play a lot more.
I'm taking my sweet time. I'm trying to destroy your
Mm-hmm.
strategy by taking
you
too long.
you are making the impossible. You're making me to hate the game. So shame on
Great.
you. Fuck.
Excellent. It's
I forgot
working.
the bell. I
It's
forgot
working.
the bell for
No.
shaming.
Bail for
Anyway,
shaming.
Shame.
shame
Just do it.
again.
Just do it. You
Shame.
Shame.
can do it.
Yeah.
All right. So the
Yeah.
other game is I mentioned it before, but the other game I've been playing is Potion Explosion,
Potion
Woo!
and I won
explosion.
this time.
Woo! You
Woohoo!
can get rid of
Bravo.
it. You can stop playing it right now. No, hold on, because we have a game already started
We
here.
have.
You
Yeah.
send
So
me an
no.
invite. You send me an invite.
Yeah.
Potion
No. And
explosion.
I really like playing that
The
game.
classic
What a
potion.
classic! I never played it. I want to play it. Those marbles look
Yeah.
yummy.
You
Let's
can't
do
eat
it.
them. Sorry,
You
but
Or
cannot
you,
eat
I
them.
mean, you may, and
you
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 can
may.
can
try.
discover. Yeah, you can try. I mean, who stops you? Nobody.
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 They'll come out of you eventually.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
hospital.
and the best part, they will come out exact same, so it will
Exactly. Yeah.
not suffer any
Any
Changes.
process
damage.
along the way. No, it
True.
will just go straight from where, from where to where. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Perfect.
And good thing is for those who are looking to get
Upgrade.
a physical copy of this game.
Hmm.
The game has been recently added into a discount list in Amazon, so I think you can
Ooh.
purchase for $27, I think, or so.
$27.
Yeah, from it's pretty much 40% off. So
That's
I
Forty
think
great.
percent.
I
That's
think
a
it's a
great
really
price.
good deal. I think it's a really good deal. So
Damn.
I
From
think
from Prime Day.
Prime Day, probably, yes.
I,
Prime Day.
I think at the start, you know how this works. I mean, they just put it some couple of days, and that they will say like, okay, this is gonna be the specific date, but they start with the deals a couple of days before.
Right. They have a
Yeah, it's the
secret
16 and the
party.
17, but they started, I guess, the 15
Secret
today.
sale.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly,
Hmm.
exactly. But anyhow,
Very
yeah,
nice.
I just discovered that it was in sale section for board games. Thank you to Laura, by the way, the queen.
Okay. But
Hmm.
And
I think you were looking for it for your daughter, right? You said
yeah,
before.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm seriously considering the chance of getting a physical copy. Not
Nice.
yet. The thing is, uh, this weekend is gonna be my youngest Tito birthday. So, but she's not the one who wants the game. So it's gonna be
Hmm.
like, "Ah, I don't want to buy something for her when it's not her birthday. I will buy it for me, of
Right.
course, but
Buy
I
for
wanna.
me.
I mean, I cannot just put it that way. I mean, it's not for you; it's for me. But we can play it. I can share with you this
Of
time.
course. Of course.
So, yeah, yeah. He just mentioning that. Yeah, upset with board games. Laura posted a story about it. So yeah,
Ah,
that's
nice.
that.
Okay.
So yeah, just wanted to
Ooh.
thank uh, want to thank publicly here to Laura that she shared that list on Instagram with the list of discounts for Amazon ahead of the Prime Day. Anyway,
Nice.
that's what
Nice.
it
Great.
is. That's what
Yes.
it is. Now it's
Excellent.
your turn.
My turn.
Your
Yeah,
turn,
your
sir.
turn. Your
Yeah.
turn.
Your turn.
Oh, unless you have played another game, Adri.
No, no, it's all right. Those are the
It's
ones
all
that I
right.
wanted to share.
Okay, okay, okay. So, what about you? Well, yeah, go ahead. I don't want to interrupt. I
What?
will interrupt you after
All right.
in a bit.
Perfect.
In a bit.
So
Come on.
I got a chance to play a game on Tabletopia
El
from the
proto.
Proto. Well, actually, it's
Mm.
not Proto. It's out in the wild already. It's called
Mm.
Terrorscape.
Okay.
Have you heard of it?
Of course not.
Terrorscape.
No.
It's
I
a
have,
one.
but I
It's
don't
a
know anything about it.
it's a one versus many game where one player represents the killer, and the rest of the players are the survivors. And you are in a house, and the killer doesn't know where the survivors are, so he's trying to find them. And his goal is to kill one survivor. If he manages to kill one survivor, he wins. The survivors have the option to win in two ways. One is finding all the keys to the entrance and then escaping, or putting together the radio and then surviving 5 more rounds.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, the whole time it's a hidden movement for the survivors, so they can enter. They can, they don't. It's weird because I played as the survivor, so we played 3 players. One person was the killer, and then my friend and I were the survivors. And you always have 3 survivors, so you just control the other one together. And it's funny because you don't wanna. You're in the same table, so you don't want to. You cannot talk like, oh, we're gonna go here and we're gonna pick up this. You have to kind of like interact in silence. I kind of like, okay, let's do this, and you're like, you watch each other, and you're like, yeah, okay, yeah. And then how about this? Oh, no, no, because then yeah, okay. And it's a lot of indirect description of things we're trying to do because we don't want to tell. We don't gonna give away too much information to the killer. It was pretty close. He almost got us a couple times, but we managed to survive. We put together the radio and we survived at the end.
Ooh.
But it was pretty good. It was
Sounds
pretty good.
amazing.
Yeah, it's on Kickstarter right now. If you guys
Okay.
want to check it out, the game was already on Kickstarter. I think last year, or I think last year, but they came out with an expansion that brings out more killers. This is from the Ice Makes publisher. They're the ones that sent me the Epochs game a
Oh,
couple months ago. Yeah,
okay.
apparently the Terrorscape game has been very well received, and it does give you the feeling of like that he's like hunting you down, and you're trying to escape and trying to survive, and it's good. I think it's good. It's quite unique. So that was one of the games.
It sounds to me a lot like Friday. I'm not sure if you've heard about it
Mm,
because it's the killer as well, and he's pursuing some other players, but you
yeah.
don't actually see the movement from the killer. So,
Oh, well, in this case, it might be the opposite. In this case, you know where the survivors know where the
mm,
killer is.
okay,
The killer doesn't know where the
the
survivors
survivors
are.
are okay.
Yeah, so sometimes the survivors could walk through his room or stay in his room. As long as he doesn't search, he doesn't see you.
Okay.
So it's very, you can try to do some bold moves where you're like, oh, I'll stay right here and hope he doesn't, go search for me. And
Mm-hmm.
there were times where we would do like noise in one side of the house, and then we actually went to the other side to try to like distract. And he kind of like figured it out. It was towards the end of the game. He knew that we are just making noise for the sake of making noise and not because we were actually there. And he ignored that. He went to get us to the other side of the house, and he actually found us and attacked us, and that's where we almost lost. It
Ah,
was pretty
well,
impressive. Yeah, that was
so
pretty good.
I think it sounds like a lot of adrenaline while you're trying to escape, and you kind of
Well,
immerse into the game, like the
yes.
feeling of being there.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
especially when it's the killer's turn. The killer's
Mm.
turn is very like, all right, I'm ready or not, I'm coming for you, kind of like that. And you're like, oh, please, please, please don't go
Mm.
towards me.
So it sounds also a lot like mind management. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but it's
Yeah,
in a
Yes,
we
like
have played that one as well.
yes, we have.
I was
Um,
also about to mention Beast.
beast.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah. I guess
even
they're all in the same kind of vibe with a different perspective, right? In Beast,
Mm-hmm.
it's like the survivors can fight back. In this case, you cannot kill the killer. Your
right.
only options are to defend yourself,
Or
and
run away.
meaning not get hurt, and escape and
Mm-hmm.
distract, hide. That's really what you're doing. It's you're hiding. You
I
cannot
don't
really fight back.
I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if you have heard about this video game called Dead by Daylight. So
No
in Dead by
I
Daylight,
It's a great.
pretty much is the same concept.
idea.
I will explain what it is, and probably will make sense to you as well. Just
Hmm.
from what you're saying right now, you have one player acts as the killer, and
Hmm.
then there is a group of people, and they have this option as well. They can the goal of the survivors is to survive, just escape the scenario, and the
Hmm.
killer to find and kill the other guys.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, you can also try to communicate with others. It was like this video game is really nice because you are in a chat group,
Hmm.
with all the survivors, and
Hmm.
the killer is just by their own.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't. He can only hear the steps from others, and you can try to feel. Also, there are some special powers, blah blah blah.
Right,
But
right.
the concept is pretty much the same, like you
Yeah,
mentioned.
sounds
Like
familiar. Yeah.
that's what I said. Like, and the thing is, there is an adaptation for that video game into a board game that was launched. I think it
Oh
was last
yeah,
year, right, Audrey?
yeah.
Yeah, you want to say something?
Yeah, I played that when I was visiting Julie. So
Oh,
it's not actually the same in the board game because you can actually see where the killer is moving, and the killer is also seeing where the survivors
Survivors.
are.
mm,
Okay.
So you can actually shoot, the killer can actually shoot the survivors at some
Mm.
distance and can move with the survivors and can hang them. So it's not actually
Mm.
the same as the video game, but it's a good
oh,
one. I really
okay.
enjoy playing that
Okay.
one.
But it's not then a hidden movement game, right? It's not
No,
not like that.
no,
That's strange.
they
I mean,
didn't.
Yeah.
well, for me, it would be like total sense to have that kind of game for a video game like that. That
Hmm.
Yeah,
pretty much
yeah,
sounds like
yeah,
the game that you just described. But I get it. I think
Yep.
I get it. I got it.
yep. So that was a nice surprise.
Mm, good.
And then another one is that I finally decided to open my copy of Primal: The Awakening, which is a
Wow.
boss.
Where is the
After,
unboxing?
The unboxing is in my heart.
Ah, come on.
It's in my
Actually.
heart.
Oh,
I've
well.
been I've been I've been cast out of the board game media.
Mhm.
People don't know who Dice and Amigos is anymore. Unsubscribe, unfollow.
No.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
sadness. I
Of
live.
course.
I
Uh-huh. Yeah, of
I'm in
course.
the I'm in the have it's been so long since I watched Inside Out, but I'm in that like hole where the memories go away. But anyway,
Hmm.
Sure.
yeah, Primal Awakening. It's a boss fighter, boss battler where players are the heroes and you're trying to fight these huge monsters, which in
Hmm.
comparison to the heroes miniatures, they are quite huge. Um,
Okay. Oh, oh.
yeah, this is like the
Sad. Sad.
rain.
There is. Looks like there is no many.
I think that's
Well,
enough.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's interesting because there's been a lot of board games trying to recreate this like boss hunting theme taken from video games like I actually don't know the names of the
Diablo,
video
like
games.
Diablo.
Diablo. No, like Elden Rings,
Diablo.
I don't know, like boss big monster hunting kind of video games. But a lot of them make them in like a map with multiple like areas, and you have to move around the map. In this case, what they proposed was the map is only a rotational map. The monster only rotates in the four sectors, so it doesn't actually move around the map. Only rotates. You move around the monster. And so in certain rounds, the front and the back might be vulnerable and the sides are protected. And then you have to reposition yourself. Or sometimes the monster might throw fire at your sector. So now you have to move or you're going to get burned. So it tries to replicate the area aspect of hunting the monster into a very simple moving around and not so much like distances, right?
Mhm.
But anyway, the essence of the game comes from a deck building. And
Oh.
actually, deck building very little because you're not actually building your deck throughout the game. You have a set of cards that can give you defensive traits or offensive traits, and you have to play them with each other. And what I mean is that you can use the card for their action, and every card also has a stamina payment. So you can use it to pay other cards. They pay for themselves. So you have to make
Ooh.
decisions like, okay, am I gonna use this card for the action and use this other one to pay? But I really want to use both. How am I going to be able to pay for them? And especially because this game really thrives on combos. A lot of cards do actions when they say like, if you play this after a blue card, you get to do this. Or if you
Okay.
play
Okay.
this,
Okay. Okay.
if after
I
this
see.
one you play an attack, double it. Kind of like that. And so
Ooh.
you really are trying to combine your cards to make like really juicy actions. But that's
Mm.
that's really the essence. That's the magic of the game. Those combinations of cards.
And and and
Um,
and I think at certain point you will be out of stamina, and you have to pretty much. I
you have
mean,
to
you
reshuffle
you
your.
can, but you can. Oh, okay, but I think, or I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. So
Mhm.
you're playing this like uh, in a cooperative mode, and you
Yes.
can like use your cards to help to pay
Yes.
stamina for other players.
Yep. Yeah. Not so
Okay.
much stamina, but indirectly, like you can let them draw a card, and then with that card they can
Oh,
pay
okay,
themselves
okay, I see, I
stamina.
see. Okay, so you cannot
Yeah.
directly pay for them.
No, but
Okay.
there are some cards from. I was playing the tutorial. I was handling two heroes by myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw that I was some cards allow you to like when your friend is about to be attacked by uh, it's called attrition, kind of like after well a phase of the game.
Okay.
You can discard the card to prevent the damage, kind of thing.
Okay, I see.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then the monster itself, they don't have a turn officially. They react to what you do. It's kind of like
Like retaliation.
retaliation. It's like if you play a red offensive card, you have to trigger this monster card.
Okay,
Or if
I
you
see.
play a blue card, you have to activate the blue reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And there's always three reaction cards. So you know ahead of time that if you play this red card, you're gonna get attacked. So you gotta be, you can take that into account. There is
Mm-hmm.
really very little luck in the game. It's only in the at the end of the round when you do attrition, which is pretty much the monster trying to retaliate, and you have to see it's a deck of cards that goes from 0 to 3, and you're testing to see how many defensive cards you play. If you play the same as the number, then you're fine. But if you play
Okay.
less, then you get attacked. You get
Okay.
damaged.
Okay.
But yeah, there's really no luck involved besides shuffling your cards and dealing what was handed to you, trying to make the most out of the cards that you got. Um,
Okay.
and from my understanding, every monster has its own like uh, reaction cards and behaviors, and every monster is supposed to feel different.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to exploring more out of this game, and obviously the miniatures are amazing. I think 75% or 70% of the game's cost went into the miniatures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, because otherwise, you could have like a cardboard piece of the monster and just rotate it on the map, and
That would be
that would
very
not be the same. I
boring.
know, I
Bleh.
know.
Who wants to play a mini game with the cardboard stuff? Nobody.
Okay.
Nobody. Nobody. To be honest, I mean, if you know that
No,
there are
nobody. They
miniatures,
didn't
it's like,
make
so
they didn't make
why?
that option, I think.
Why? Yeah.
But yep,
And you have like you back the whole thing, like the base game and everything that came with the campaign, or just base game.
just best game and stretch goals. There were two.
Shame on you again. All this
It was towards my
fucking bell.
my recovery.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Wow.
towards the end of my sickness.
Well,
Uh-huh.
okay,
All
just
right.
because we are going to talk about that, I'll just pass it for now. But normally, I will start mocking you and try
Let's
to,
let's g- let's move
yeah,
on to the next
yeah,
section. How
yeah,
about that?
yeah. I think it
So
was so far very successful, great success in terms of the gaming for all of us. Yeah.
excellent.
Hooray, hooray. Good job.
We
Good
are
job.
winning as board
Good
gamers.
job, people.
I love it.
Yay. Excellent.
Yeah,
But
there
yeah,
we go.
today's topic is
Today.
board
Oh,
games
shit.
can't buy me love. And what does that
Oh,
mean, Mr. Mask Maple? Please explain to
Tell
us.
us.
Tell us.
just because I proposed the topic, it doesn't
Yes.
mean that I have to expand on that.
Yes, you're the
I
expert
just,
You
in the
I
topic.
are.
mean, no, I mean, you know how this works. I mean, it's like, what combination of funny pop culture words can make our episode title more attractive for the people? That's it. Doesn't mean anything. But in this case, I
It
would like to say
does.
that it has a little, it could make a little sense, and more than ever. So the thing is with this, back in our early days,
Early days as in
when we just started playing, or into this hobby, um I think we all passed through this phase of compulsive buyer, when everything was new, everything was just like
exciting.
a new experience, and we just tried to get into it every single time, and every single game got it was like a new impression. I was like, what, and
And
then it
now,
escalated to and then you just complete the whole sentence. And
Uh-huh.
that was the problem, because at some point there was just like, you have like a lot of games, for just putting in some scenario,
Mm-hmm.
talking about specifically just games, but there is another things around this, that you find yourself like empty of new things,
too
empty of
much.
joy,
Too
just like,
much is nothing.
yeah,
Too
yeah.
much becomes emptiness.
And this is when
Oh
the
man,
board
Mask
games
Maple
can't buy me
going
love
deep.
anymore. That would be the
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
this
anymore.
is a
My
personal
heart.
trauma.
Anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. We're gonna talk
Open.
about it.
And this is what we are going to address tonight, like
We're gonna
how
go over
we
personal
are
trauma.
being experiencing the trauma and the evolution or the recovery of our sickness in board gaming.
Very nice.
I'm not saying we are against board game, because if not, I mean, if we were in that case, we were not doing this right
We
now.
will not be talking about
Mm,
board games.
true.
What we are trying to find out here tonight is if
Reflection.
that kind of reflection and trying to give some kind of advice for new gamers. And this is, I mean, I will not start. I just give you the introduction. Now
Very
you
nice. I
have
love
to
it. I
start the
love it.
path.
That's perfect. We already have
Now
some
you have to
controversy.
pass controversy here and try to
Controversy.
start putting in your words how you think it will be the best way to enter and manage the whole
Excitement.
excitement and experience of wargaming. You know. So
Hmm.
with that, I will start, and now it will be my turn to call to the stage
All
to
right.
Adri. Adri, you
Adri,
will
I love
start.
it.
Why
But before
me?
Adri starts, the Daddy Gamers actually says that you're wrong. That what you're
Why?
saying is blasphemy. He says that love letter and fog of love can't buy you love.
All right.
Oh.
I love it.
That could be another whole episode, like the games. We will save
Nice.
for that. We'll save that
Romantic.
for
Hmm.
the what's the 14th of February we're gonna
We'll
celebrate.
save it for
Valentine's?
Valentine's
Valentine.
Day.
Oh yeah, Valentine's Day. So
Oh,
we'll save
wow.
that episode for Valentine's
Top
Day.
Mhm.
games to play on Valentine's Day.
Yep.
All
Yeah.
right.
Anyway, so
Very nice.
Adri,
Very nice. Adri,
tell us about your experience. How can you survive? How did you survive to the your early, you know, times in board gaming, and then
and now
nowadays.
Okay, so I don't think I have a way of surviving. Most likely is not choosing to buy everything that you see. Um,
mm,
but because my ex partner had this big collection of board games, and he decided to buy every board game that he saw, and
every board
every
game,
Kickstarter,
Every single one.
everything.
and every, I don't know, every expansion and everything else that he wanted
Okay.
to buy, because I mean he could do it. Then I was not in the need to buy anything. So for
Mm-hmm.
example, I went to the first time I went to Gen Con was Gen Con 50.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It was massive, but I was able to get me some games, let's say, and I stayed in the line for the games. I was really excited, but I haven't gotten into Kickstarter like myself, because I either don't have like enough money to get me into that, and because the shipping to my country is a bit expensive as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably a couple of reasons why I don't do that as much.
Mm-hmm.
But I have purchased like cheap games from them, from Kickstarter. I'm still waiting for one, which is Nestlings.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's the one I
Okay.
fell in love at PAX Unplugged. I think
Mm-hmm.
it was 2 years before. Then I backed it as soon as it was available. But that's
Mm-hmm.
one of the games I'm like, yeah, I love it. And if it's going to be a Kickstarter, I want it.
Mm-hmm.
But because I tried it first and then I decided to get it. But it's not like I am going for games like in that way, in that crazy way.
In that fashion. Yeah. So
Well,
I think you said the magic words, but I will say it for later. But I think you just said that I just try it and I love it, then I will get it.
Hmm.
So pretty much,
very mature.
very mature and very also. Um, I think that will be like the circumstances in
Hmm.
your case, push you towards that path. Don't
Yeah.
buy everything
Hmm.
just because there was just like there was a lot of games already that we can
Hmm.
play, we can share, blah blah blah. So I don't feel that necessity
Hmm.
of getting more games for myself. And now it's like when you had this experience on you, it will
Hmm.
be like more. selective, putting that way, like only the games that you really like, that you really are excited for, you are going to get them. So
Right.
I think the circumstances push you towards the right path in your case.
Yes.
That would be
Well,
my
I
comment.
guess another question related to the
um,
topic that I'm interested to know
Yeah.
your answer to is, how do you deal with excitement about board games now? Like, how often do you get excited about a board game compared to when you started?
So compared to when I started,
Yeah, compared to
well,
when you started, playing and
definitely.
learning about board games and all
Mm,
worker placement, deck building, and topics and colors and materials and components and like campaigns.
mhm.
How do you get excited about? How easy do you get excited about a board game now?
So before I actually got excited about what most people is excited about, art.
Okay.
So I still am, but not that into it anymore. If I don't
Mm.
find out about the game first. Before I was like, that game is looks awesome. I just need it. So for example, one game that I fell in love with just because of art was Everdale.
uh,
So I needed it just because I just didn't play it before and I got it. Um,
well, you,
I
you had lucky that that game was good, right?
right.
Okay, thank you. You can
The
continue.
other the other game that I fell in love with just because was Meadow. The art is gorgeous and it's also a good game. It's a more recent game though. But some of the games, for example, that I got when I was at Jankum 50, just because of art and just because of the sound of what the game could be,
Mm-hmm.
was Professor Evil and the Citadel of Time. That's a game that I just fell in love with because of
Mm.
the thematic, because of how the game is played. I know you guys don't like much cooperative games, but that's a cooperative game.
It does.
No, that's him. He doesn't. He hates them. I love
But
them.
it's a great game. You have to have like a lot of strategy to be able to collect the things that the professor has in his house before the professor actually puts them into the vault.
Okay.
That's the way that you win the game. So having like a lot
Mm.
more items at the professor, like you rescue the items before the professor does, and then you win the game with all of the players.
So you really go by art and theme,
And yeah,
and then
most
at the
likely
end
a
is mechanics.
mechanism, right?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
The
Interesting.
other game that I went into when I was at Gen 50 is another game called Viral, which is
Viral.
a worker
Okay.
placement about diseases. And then pandemic
Sounds
came and
familiar.
I didn't actually enjoy it that much because of
Okay.
pandemic.
Right. Right.
Hmm.
But it's a really good one as
Pandemic,
well.
the board game.
Yeah. I played that
Legacy.
one, I think, pandemic.
Legacy.
I've played it before, but I don't own it.
Hmm.
Mm.
And what else? Um, yeah, the first Kickstarter I was involved on, but I actually didn't get to keep the game. I think I talked to you about it before,
Hmm.
was Wonderland's War.
Mm.
Mm.
Just fell in love with it because of everything. I wanted everything about that game, and
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I didn't even play it before getting it. So just art components, and
It's very
because
pretty.
I'm crazy about Alice in Wonderland, so that was like a must have.
I
Mm-hmm.
see.
And right now, you won't believe it, but I am crazy about getting Rebel Princess. I told you before at Gen Con because
Rebel
of the art
Princess.
as well.
Rebel
Mm.
Princess. What is it? Let me see.
That's from
Mm.
Bestia Games.
Okay, I'll
Mm.
take a look on
It's
that.
a card game. I think I've mentioned it before here.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, I see it.
And
See it.
then
Cute.
another game that I don't know if I'm gonna like, but just because it has dragons is Wingspan. I need it. And I
Mm.
Wormspan.
heard great things about it. So yeah, great things and bad things. But I think it depends mostly on the people that is playing the game and because they are comparing it
Oh, look at this.
towards
Yeah,
towards
it's cute.
Wingspan as well.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
So that's
Excellent.
one of couple of games that I want and also for Shuffle. But we have played that a lot.
Yeah.
We have.
So now I really want it. But that's
Mm-hmm.
something that
Mhm.
you can do now that you have Board Game Arena. You can play a
Yeah.
game before.
Yeah,
Try
that's
it.
nice.
If you love it, then you can get it.
Yeah,
That's nice.
I think that will be another thing that now you can recommend to newbies
Hmm.
here, that there is this platform when you can actually try some
Try before you
games
buy.
before
Hmm.
you buy it. I mean, I honestly was one of the persons who, if you asked me like 2 years ago, right? I don't remember when exactly. But
You
if you
buy and
ask
then you
me in the
try.
past, no, no, hold on. If you ask me, there is, let's play some game, a board
Virtual.
game
Virtually.
virtually, I will say, what?
What?
Why? I mean, board games is for you to put it in the board so
True.
you can play there. But
Yeah.
then you realize that this is a good way, one, to play with other players that you otherwise you will not be able to play.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
with friends and
That's
other,
true.
even when they take like 2 months to make their moves,
Adri.
that's okay. I mean, I got it.
Me.
Then you have the other perspective when you start getting more involved into this,
Hmm.
that you can explore new games, or maybe a game that called your attention because maybe because of the art, maybe because of the theme, or for any other reason, and you were like, this game really called my attention. I really want it. But
Hmm.
before you get it, you had a chance to play it in advance and make sure
Hmm.
that, okay, I really need this one,
Yep.
or I really want, not need. I mean, I'm sounding sickness right now, but
Need.
now it's I want this game.
Give it to me.
Give
Yeah,
it.
give it to me. And just one, yeah, I mean that's one of the things. The other thing is now I think we share another thing in common, my friend, because also my very first Kickstarter was all Wonderland's War. I was
Mhm.
because of the same freaking thing. Like
I,
I got impressed. I mean, when I was late into the campaign, when
mhm.
I
Hmm.
realized the game was out. I mean, they were like the late pledge
Mhm.
opening.
Hmm.
I didn't even know what that means. It was like, did I have to pay it? I will receive it right away, or how long it will
Mm.
be?
Late pledge
I didn't know anything
means you're
about it.
late.
And
Late.
I back it, and then I received the game 2 years after. It was like,
Ah, oh
okay,
my god.
Yeah,
yeah, I was like,
a lot of
meh.
time. Mhm.
Yeah. So in between, I had another experiences with games.
Mm,
Yeah, ooh, exactly. I have more experience.
very nice.
I got this, entry to the Kickstarter, but this is another topic. But pretty much, I just wanted to share with you that my very first Kickstarter was
Wonderland.
Wonderland's War, and because of the same thing, it was
Mhm.
like, what the heck is this? I need it. I don't even know what is going on here. I remember watching the very first how to play
Have to
video
play. Mhm.
with Becca Scott, and that was like the very first rules that were out there after change a little bit. But I
Mhm.
remember I watched the video like 4 or 5 times, not because of Becca, maybe yes, but
Mm,
but
Mhm.
confessions.
but
Confessions.
the other main reason was because I really want to understand about the game. For me, it was like quite a complex. It was one of my very first complex games.
Yeah,
So yeah, I was like, okay, I already paid for it. I have to learn it. I mean,
for
I
sure.
should learn it in advance at least. But
Just
anyway, yeah, I just wanted to
you
share that
gotta
with you.
learn what did I
What do you?
just buy? What did
Yeah.
what did I buy? Let me
What
go
I
read the
got
rules.
into. I need
Uh-huh.
to find out
Mm-hmm.
what did I just get into,
Yeah.
basically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Thank you, Adri, for sharing with us.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Mr. Max Maple, so your first experience in the
In the
Kickstarter
thing.
was
In the thing.
and the thing
Mm-hmm.
was Wonderland's War. So
Yes,
please
sir.
tell us more about like how you've been handling your sickness. How often do you go to group meetings for
Rehab.
rehab?
Rehab. Just like that. I mean, at some point my rehab was when I start reaching my credit card limits, and it was
Mm,
like,
Oh
I
no.
can I can either buy another game or buy food for my family. So a couple
Mhm.
of times
tough decision.
I decided wrong.
No, no,
So we have
No,
to
no.
skip meals a couple
you
of
still have
days
your
a
family
week.
together. That's good.
So,
But but
So, what do you eat? Cardboard?
no air.
Oh, wow.
And then roasted air. No, no, no. I
Mm.
mean, but pretty close to that point. It was like, no, I think
I
this
need
is
to do
more. It
something.
sounds. I mean, I didn't realize myself at first, and I think I won't say nobody, but people I know, it
Hmm.
was very tough for them to realize that this is a compulsive behavior when you
Mm.
are starting acting like there's a new campaign. I have a
I need
friend.
it.
I have a friend, Daniel. If you're watching this video at some point, you
Cheers,
know.
Daniel.
So
Hey.
he at some point was like backing every single fucking thing,
Everything.
everything. He crossed
Role
his path on
playing,
Kickstarter, and he was like
miniatures,
sending
board
links,
games.
sending links, and he was like,
Oh my god.
"Man, stop! I don't." But the worst part is I follow him in that pod. Like, yeah,
No.
pretty much.
You're
I follow
blaming
a
him
lot.
for your
I
decisions.
mean,
Yeah.
he was the
It's,
person who was responsible for me to get into the hobby.
Oh, I see. He
He's
was the
the
one who's like, here, try it
he
just once.
he
You'll
was
be okay, just
he
once.
he was
yeah.
the Gloomhaven guy who I saw the big box at his
Oh,
home one day, and then when I
the
came back on this, I
Gloomhaven
had
guy,
to start, you know.
of
But
course.
So he was
but
like, come to the dark side, board games come
and
with cookies.
and then
They come with
and then
cookies. They send the Kickstarter with cookies.
I,
Yes.
I think at some point, I mean, we are very competitive in every single aspect of our lives.
Nice, nice.
Um, and I think at some point we expand that competitive
To
uh,
buying
behavior in
Kickstarters.
buying board
I
games. It was like,
bought more
what the
Kickstarters than
hold,
you.
hold on. I mean, I cannot handle all this. I mean, I have a family already. I only can buy one or two games per week. And now like I said at the beginning, I had no guidance at all.
He was your guidance.
I mean that it was very dangerous. I mean
It
I
was
cannot
very
trust myself.
dangerous.
I cannot trust in my own judgment on doing simple things like the time for getting up every morning. So it's
Hmm.
not a good sign that I will trust myself on complex and very critic decisions
You had to
like
relinquish your credit card.
buying or just hold myself and not buying a game. But it was like very excitement for me. It was like I really felt uh, a new a new way to enjoy time. It
Buying
was
things. Capitalism. Yeah.
buying things was once, and then like discovering the components and the aesthetics of every single game that I bought back on those days, and then just as soon as I play it, I had to buy it, and then come back home and play it again, and it was like this repetitive behavior. And then I discovered the board gaming channels, the dice towers, their reviews, and other
Dyson
content creators
amigos.
after. But yeah, pretty much. The worst part is with Dados and Amigos, unfortunately, didn't share much of new board gaming content. He
What
was
do you
more like
do?
a
What? I did
no.
playthroughs. I
Yeah, but
did
I didn't.
playthroughs of Kickstarter games.
I remember
You
your
That,
did
account
playthroughs
back
of
in the
Kickstarter
days.
games.
yes.
Yes, yes, I know. No, but I'm talking about before that.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. The
Before that,
origins.
the origins.
Um,
I'm
The
just going.
origins.
I'm exploring my Vietnam right now. It's like Nam
oh,
for me.
wow.
Like all these things. I'm about to cry. But at the same time, it helped me a lot because now I can control
You're
myself.
wise.
I can walk into a
You
board
have
game store and
blossomed.
walk out without buying anything at all.
Wow.
Honestly.
The
So I got
control.
surprised. I surprised myself about that because like I feel bad, of course, because what's the meaning of walk into a board game or even some store that sell board games like Barnes and Noble here in the United States? There
Just
is
watching. Just
just
looking.
watching and just look. And the worst part, no,
Just
not the worst. The
browsing.
good part is now I can take a look into the board games aisle and then realizing like, nah,
Mm,
want to buy this one. It doesn't
mhm,
really. I mean, I
mhm,
think the very last time I did that, I even tried to get the opinions of some of the followers that I had in Instagram, asking if they consider or if they have played the game. So, if I was like probably a couple of years ago, I just compulsive taking the new releases right away. But
mhm.
one other stupid thing is one day I realized I walk into Target and then I realized I got this. I think I got all the fucking games they offer here. So it
You
was
can
like
make your own
nothing for
store.
me, nothing for me, nothing else for me.
Wow.
Wow.
Other than this stupid card game for,
Yes, yes,
but
yes.
for the real games, I had everything they offered. It was
Wow.
ridiculous. It
You're
was like
maxed out.
it was
Mhm.
like realizing I killed myself the energy and the motivation for me to
The
go to
excitement.
Target because I was very excited to walk into Target every time
You were
because
a
I
Target boy.
walked I walked straight to the board gaming section.
Target boy.
Yeah, I was a Target boy. The T-shirt and everything, and
An experience.
yeah, the whole thing. Um,
Oh man.
so there was another sign that I think is I think you'd have to relax yourself for a while,
So,
but
okay, how long, how many years?
like 3 years.
3 years of craziness
Two,
before you were like
two, two
two
of
years of
craziness, two
maxed
of
out,
wildness.
and then you picked. At what moment what was the moment that you were, you know what? I need help. I need
I
help.
need help.
What was the moment? When did
Uh,
you realize, you
I
know
think
what? You
I
said, I
think
think you mentioned the credit, the statement account.
to be honest, one was to really the one time when I walk into Target and I think like I think all these games already. I had all these games already, so there is nothing
Okay,
left
that
for
was
me here. That was
one
one thing.
sign. Yeah.
Second, when was when I entered one day into Kickstarter because I really
Mm,
hear about the new game, and when I
mhm.
look into all the board games that the whole list of games that I backed already, I think it was like nearly 80 something. Yeah,
Wow.
Wow.
they were like, nah,
And that's when you
I
were
think
like,
that's enough. I think that's enough.
okay, I
Yeah,
need help.
yeah. No, no. I mean,
Mhm.
I try to control myself, and one thing that honestly helped me a lot, it was my uh, white rose in terms of Latin American people who knows what is the white rose meaning. Like my miracle here was when I discovered that I can collaborate with the publishers. So the publishers will be my
Mhm.
suppliers.
Mhm.
So I
Nasty
don't need
people
I
hacked
don't
the system.
I don't need to buy more games. I'm just going to wait for them now. So that
Genius.
also helped a lot because it was like a control myself when I start receiving the games and we're like, okay, even now, I
Mhm.
think that at some point I realized that okay, I have to stop asking for games to review because there are too many. I need to make a pause here.
You're
So
too busy. You're working too hard.
again, it was getting into this wildness, asking, and
Mhm.
they accept my collaboration. It was like, yeah,
Mhm.
sending, and at some point I was like,
I don't know what to
I
do.
want to,
I'm booked. You're like, you know
yeah.
what?
Yeah,
I'm gonna increase my prices
yeah. That at some point I was
from
like,
zero
okay,
dollars to $1.
I'm just going to ask for specific games, and if they send it to me, I will, do my job. Otherwise, I will stop asking for whatever they want to send because I will either disappoint them
Mhm.
or I will lose all this game on at the very bottom of my shelf of shame. So it will not
Mm-hmm.
happen again.
Yes.
Now I'm just going to really focus on what I would like to review, and if they agree on that, let's put it out together.
That makes
Otherwise,
sense. That makes
that's
sense.
it.
There is so much time you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
spend on that.
yeah. I just have to
Yeah,
say that.
Excellent.
I'd like to
Hmm.
add something to that
Yes.
from my end because even though it helps you a lot to actually not purchase games because they
Hmm.
just arrive to your door, from my end is a little bit different because they have to come here, I mean, come to my address in Miami. I have an address in US. Then I'll have to freight forward the games here, and they will charge me for the games.
Yeah.
So I'm
Oh,
still paying for games. So
Yeah.
it's not that if
wow.
I ask for publishers for games,
You're still paying for them.
I still am paying for those games. So
Oof.
it's not
Mm,
easy, and you have it a lot better because you live right there with the publishers are. So
mhm.
it's a great thing for you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah. Agree.
Yeah, that also. Yeah,
I agree.
definitely. Yeah, so I think also circumstances matters in terms of, for instance, Audrey just shared with us that because the
Where you live.
circumstances she had,
Yeah.
also the games that they already had, and then the no need of more, at least on your end, your
Yeah.
own,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because you don't have this need of even. I think probably you thought at some point that to ask your ex partner, like, okay, you have to hold on a little bit because this is too much. Of course, this is every person
Everyone for
decision,
themselves.
but yeah, at some point I had also those kind of comments like, I think you should relax a little bit.
Do you need help?
It's
We're
like,
here to support you.
and now I'm doing right now. I'm
Do
doing
you
right
want
now
to talk
one
about
thing.
it?
One thing that I also thought I will never do, which is start getting rid of games, like start picking some games that I'm probably not going to play
Calling your
anymore.
calling games.
Just
Mm-hmm.
yep, just like that. One,
Wow.
I hope that I really wish as well to have the chance to really get into like a flea market or just get rid of them. But
Mm-hmm.
it's also tough once you have it. There is, I think now
There's a
people
attachment.
unless there's like another other players who are also starting into getting into this,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
other players who are more, have more experience, the games that I really want to get rid of, like, man, yeah, you can keep it, you can keep it. To
Yeah.
be honest, I mean, I will do that if somebody offers those games. And but I was
I
also there.
mean, yeah,
I was,
you have right now you have the option to either sell them or trade them or just give them away to
Eat them.
yeah,
library or somebody that is just starting in the board game so that they have
yeah.
like a variety of games, and that's a great thing to do.
I really would like to have like this a space to share, but I'm lack of time and
Giveaways.
attitude. No, no, no. And what I'm saying is like, no, no. What I'm saying is, I wish I could have the time and the attitude and I don't know the energy to organize something like a game night in a public library or something like that. Like I can just bring the games
Mm-hmm.
to that place and I can just
Leave them there.
share. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whatever you can leave them or share for the night or whatever. Just
Mm.
use them, use them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they will be
Right.
rooting here anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But I need somebody to give me that push because I don't really have that. I mean, it's not because I don't want it. You hear me now. I would like to do that, but
Mm-hmm.
nah, I'm not that kind of person.
If somebody's out
Anyway,
there listening to us and want to help Mr. Masmipo, please reach out to his personal
yeah,
DM
I
on
have a lot.
Instagram
I have a lot of games that I can share with you and just
for free.
yeah, go. Yeah, I'll
Take
open the
them,
door.
take them
Take
away.
them. Take them.
Take them. Yeah.
Excellent. Very
Hmm.
nice. Very nice. Very nice.
There you go. What about you?
What about me?
What about
Yeah,
you, Mr. Revival?
share with us.
Mr. Revival. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, what?
yeah.
tell us. Come on.
My
Yeah, the
first
same thing.
Kickstarter. My first
Uh-huh.
Kickstarter.
Uh-huh.
Rising Sun by Steamon.
Oh.
And
Mm.
actually,
It's a great game.
mine was not even a Kickstarter. Like I when I saw the game,
Mm-hmm.
I was like I think that was the first miniature game I seen in my life. I mean,
Okay.
besides Risk, I mean Risk has miniatures, but it's not the same.
Yeah, kind of.
Mini miniatures. But anyway, I saw Rising Sun, I saw the theme, I saw the mechanisms, I saw the miniatures, I saw the art, and I was like, this game is amazing.
Mhm.
I need it. I
Yeah.
need it. I need it. I need it. And then I search, and that's when I discovered Kickstarter. I was like, what is this Kickstarter page? And
Mhm.
then it said like, oh, this was funded like, I don't know, a couple of months ago. And I was like, okay, so what does that mean? Like, I cannot get it. I can't get it anymore. And then they didn't have the. I think actually it had been a year or so. Yes,
Mm.
it had been a year since the Kickstarter. I'm thinking 2019 or 2018.
Okay.
Um,
Wow. Okay.
yeah, a while ago.
So you
Um,
saw it like really late after it
yes,
was funded.
yeah, I think it got actually been delivered already,
Oh.
and it was getting delivered because I
Mhm.
did my research and I was like, okay, how can I get this game? That looks amazing. I was so sad that it was like a limited Kickstarter edition and you cannot get it if you didn't back it. That was
Yeah.
so sad. But I was able to get a hold of somebody through Board Game Geek that was trying to sell their game, and they
Mm.
were selling it for the same price that they pay for. So then I was like, okay, I feel at least I don't feel like taken advantage of, right? For the people that buy Kickstarters just to sell them at double the price later. But yeah, that was my first time with the Kickstarter thing, and I think after that, kind of something attached to me in the sense of like, okay, if I see a game, I need it before it's gone,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
and yeah, I follow that uh, uh,
So you fell for
philosophy.
it like right away, like.
Yes, I
Mhm.
followed that philosophy for a couple years. You know, until I think looking back and seeing the amount of games, especially putting them on the shelf and moving them and just
Mhm.
seeing how much space they take and seeing realistically how many games you can play in, a year, a week, a month, then I was like, okay,
Yeah.
okay, I think something needs to change. I think we need to stop. Uh, and you start realizing that a lot of games are very similar.
Mhm.
There's very little room for innovation nowadays. A lot of things has been a lot of
Okay.
great improvements have already been made.
Do you think so? I mean,
I
that's
think
what
so.
I think that's one of the things that probably people 10
Hmm.
years ago were
uh,
thinking like, yeah, that's it. We
I
just
mean, it's
reached.
true, it's true,
I'm just
but
saying that.
no, I agree. It's just it'd be interesting to see like a timeline of when mechanics were in
Mhm. Implemented,
use
discovered,
implemented for the
implemented.
first time,
Yeah, yeah.
because I think really to me what drives the games are the mechanics, and I love the themes too, and the
Hmm.
components and everything, but the mechanics is what makes it feel like other games, right? Worker placement, it feels like this one. Deck building,
Mhm.
it feels like that one,
Hmm.
and that's where I think for me that's where games blow my mind, is when a new game brings something fresh in terms of mechanics, where it's
Hmm.
like, oh wow, I can see all these strategies, I can see all these interactions in the board, and then I start getting excited about the game.
Right.
All right.
um, and that used to be more often at the beginning, where it was like, oh, okay, worker placement, oh, you can get in each other's way and you have to decide between this and that, and then you get excited about it. Or
Mhm.
deck building, and then I can improve my deck, and then who knows if I draw the right combination of cards, and what if they get to it before, you start making all these scenarios in your head and you get excited about the
Right.
Hmm.
possibilities. But now that you know all those mechanics, you're like, you have already experienced all that excitement, so now it's like, oh, okay, another deck building game. I kind of know what that feels like. Another work
Hmm.
placement game, I know what that feels like.
Yeah.
uh,
Hmm.
so it's a lot harder to come
Get
across a game,
impressed. Get impressed. To be
get
honest, yeah, no,
impressed.
yeah,
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 Nowadays it is.
yeah,
yeah. I
yeah.
mean, they're still enjoyable. I'm
Yeah.
not
Of
saying that
course.
they're not good and not enjoyable. It's just that
So you
fire.
think one of the things that helped you to stop this compulsive behavior was the lack of innovation in board games, pretty
No,
much.
it was mostly the lack of playing them and space.
Mm, okay.
Okay, okay. Oh,
I was
that's
like, you know
okay.
what?
Hmm.
Because it's like Primal Awakening had been sitting
Mhm.
on my game room for a month until I
Uh-huh.
decided to open it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Uh, And I still
Well,
have like one more. I have this the seven I think Citadel, not Continent. It's the sequel to the Seven Continent. Anyway,
oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
it's
Hmm.
also just sitting there. I'm like, oh man, and there's a
Oh
couple of
man.
other ones that yeah.
I think you also mentioned that there were some games that you haven't actually like opened or anything for quite a long time as well. So yeah, that's
Mm.
something I will be
So
thinking.
then, whenever I like come across a game that I get, I'm interested in it because of the topic or what it promises to give you, I'm like, well, is it just gonna sit on the shelf?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if it is, then it can wait. Like if down the road people get it and there's amazing, it's gonna get reprinted, or
Hmm.
people
Yeah.
might sell it. It'll be available one way or
For the
the
shovel.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This Nathan.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's about it. I think if
Hmm.
pro tip, if you're beginning in the
I'm
hobby,
fucking. Hmm.
you should get yourself a friend that has all the
Yeah,
games.
Yeah.
that's great.
And then when you see a game that you like, just tell them to get it, and then you try them. And then if you like it, then
Uh-huh.
you get your own copy.
Maybe you
Yeah.
can get your own copy, but if your friend lives close to you, why you want to
You
get
can
that
just
copy?
borrow it.
Yeah,
They're
just
like, you
borrow
know
it.
what? Just can I have your game? You can
I
stay
mean,
home.
in an ideal world, it
Yeah,
will be like bleh, a cooperative friendship when
right.
you fill the gaps. Clean words here. Like fill the gaps between the
You're the
games
deck
that we
building
want.
game friend.
Yeah. Well, yeah, or
You're the worker placement game.
probably just uh, find some friends that they already have their own collection. You have your own collection, and then just
Yes.
match
Just
up.
combine them. Yeah, that's a great
Merch.
idea.
That will be like the ideal world. But
Yes.
Hmm.
to be honest, that it's very hard for some people to really
Yeah.
find out those kind of groups or even a person who had those the same interest and probably even further their own collection. So in my
Yeah.
case, my friends that comes every Friday, they they had certain experience with modern board games,
Mm-hmm.
but they had just a little collection like the basic, the Carcassonne, Catan,
Your
and
favorite.
Your favorite.
others. So we enlightened them pretty much,
Mm-hmm.
and because of that, there is no need for them to buy games.
Yeah.
I think if at some
Yep.
point,
You are different
if
with
if
the games.
if if, if for any reason at some point, Destiny put us apart and we moved to another city or
Mm-hmm.
another state or whatever, a place where we cannot just do this regularly, they will probably going to start their own collection. But the advantage for them will be, oh, you remember this game we played
These are the good
sometimes?
ones.
So they will just pick the ones that they really love. So they were not going to start from zero. They already will
Yes.
have some
They won't go
experience,
through a lot of
and
mistakes.
they will just save a lot of space, money, and rehab as well.
Yes.
So a
Yeah.
lot of sessions. So that's a good
Yeah.
thing. Like I said, this is like another. I don't know. In my case, I felt like this happened when I was younger. I'm the oldest brother. I only have another
Mm-hmm.
brother, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm the oldest. And it was like,
Hmm.
yeah, it was my I didn't choose to be the oldest, so it just happened, and I had to share a lot of things with my youngest, and I had to hit them and do some other things, nasty things to him as well.
Oh
But
wow.
in the middle,
Confessions
Revelations. Wow.
there were a lot of
coming
other
in hot.
things, that lessons in this case, lessons that
Hmm.
he had to learn from another person who had another
Mm.
experience already.
Are we
You know,
still talking about board
uh,
games?
no,
Wow.
no. Well, yes. No, but I mean, just put an
Mm.
example here. Like this is life as well. Again, putting in in these scenarios when you don't have another person more experienced than you, and you have to be that person, and you
Hmm.
have to take it. And it's good when you assume yourself as the person, as the
Wow.
person with the experience. I mean,
You have to take it.
you have to
All
take
Take
right.
it.
it.
Take it. Pursue.
And you're gonna be
Yeah,
happy about it.
I mean,
Happy ending. Nice.
Happy endings. With
like I said, you cannot see me smiling,
It's
but
getting hot in here, guys.
oh,
it's
oh,
getting
oh, okay,
it's
yeah.
getting crunchy. Okay.
I'm
All
not
right,
going
we're gonna
further
move
on that
on with
one.
that.
Yeah.
We're gonna go. We're gonna go to the last phase,
Mhm.
the chismecito phase.
Allah,
Chismecito.
Allah.
Beautiful friends, what do you have? What have you
So
heard on the streets
before
of board game
hold on, hold on,
land?
hold on. Before you move that, just because I want everything clear, so we don't
Mhm.
have any conclusions here. We're just like, nah, whatever. If you had a friend, just follow him. If
No,
you don't want to,
the conclusion is get yourself a friend that has board games, and
okay,
Basically.
that's it.
okay,
Mhm.
good.
Learn from them.
I like that.
And
Take
yeah,
Yeah,
it,
let's put it
right?
up. Yeah, just
Take
the
it.
more
don't
You're
games that
gonna
your friend have, the better.
the
Yeah.
don't
better
say anything
friendship.
else. Don't
Hmm.
say anything. Don't say that. Okay, yeah, just close the episode. Come on.
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
So,
Mhm.
Mr. Max Maple,
No,
please.
no, Adri, please, Adri,
No, of
start.
course not.
Yeah, Adri, please start. I don't want
It's
to start.
Mr. Max Maple's turn.
No, no,
We
come
all
on.
wanna know what you have to say about.
No, I think at this point, I feel like I said, a little bit of shame of not shame, but I think part of my rehab right now is not to explore as much as
Stay
I
away
should
from the alcohol aisle.
Hmm.
for now.
Hmm.
I'm pretty close of what is like when you are taking these
Milestone.
steps, yeah, that milestones,
Milestone.
but then you have a little you know
You have
break step, I don't know, whatever, just bad step or whatever, just
yeah.
for a while.
I don't remember. It'll
I don't
come
know.
back.
I'm not alcoholic. I mean, I know I look like a one. I look like one, but I'm not. I
Okay.
promise you. So
Yeah, I forget what's
I'm
called.
not familiar with those terms, but
Hmm.
I'm pretty close to get into another
Which
break.
one? Which one?
GameCon.
Hmm.
GameCon. So
Gen
I'm
Con.
preparing myself for
Gen Con.
next two
Big
weeks.
money.
Two
Big
weeks
one.
with all the news. I don't want to spoil because everything I know right now
Brain.
is everything I know now about Chismecito is the upcoming releases for GameCon. I just want to say
Give
for
it.
the special
Give it.
episode about GameCon.
You gotta
No,
wait for next time.
I just want to have content for those episodes. I don't want to spoil those right now.
That
But
makes
one thing for sure is, well, my Chismecito
Prime
here
Day.
will be like, if I have one regret right now is that I wasn't, or I had myself in this black spot when Arcs, the game from
Works.
Leather Games, came out into the Kickstarter campaign because I didn't back it. So
You
Mhm.
now
didn't back it.
now I'm regretting with all my
This
heart.
is why you back every game you can, so that you
And then
don't
it
miss out on
and
opportunities like
and
this.
then and then yes, it's like it worked. It really worth this all this suffering. I don't think so, but it's part of life. It's part of the life right now of my life, and this is what it is. I just feel bad because I didn't back arcs, and I had to now look for a copy. And unfortunately, I'm pretty sure I will only find the poor copies, the
Poor.
copies that they're
Wow.
just putting with the cardboard and stuff.
Wow,
I,
the
I
peasants
the
version.
peasants
Essence
versions.
version.
Oh my
Thank
Wow.
you,
god!
thank you. I thank you for
Wow,
being so polite. I just
Ouch.
don't feel familiar with it, and
damn.
I'm just
That's
frustrated
the
on that.
regular copy everyone is getting.
He's crying and like drying his tears
it's
with his
been in
dollar
my
bills
head.
Must.
It's
with
been
his
in my
credit
head
cards.
for so long. It's been in my head for so long. I don't want to talk about it
Wow.
anymore. I just want to move on.
So,
So
do you think it's gonna come back to Kickstarter or
now,
become available?
no, no, available,
They
yes, but
always
not.
come back.
No, I don't
They
think they will. I
do.
mean, they
If it
will.
was meant for you, it will come back.
But that I'm afraid of that. I mean, I'm afraid that is it's not
Are you
meant for
ready
me.
for it?
I'm
Oh.
ready. I can take it. I can.
Are we still
If you can,
talking about
if you can give it to me, I can take it. I mean, right
oh,
now,
Right
right
now,
now, right
live.
now, give it to
All
me.
right.
mm, oh wow.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming in hot. Oh, there
Coming
you
Of
in
have it.
course,
hot
of
So Mr.
course.
Mass Meeple is gonna save all his juices for next
for
episode.
next
So
episode.
far, so far,
Okay.
Very
yes.
nice. Adri, do you have any street talk?
A street? No, I don't have any of that.
No street
Street
talk.
talk.
Okay. All right. Well, moving on to
No, no, the chismecito, but you have chismecito, right?
you have chismecito.
Yeah, I kind of saw something. I haven't really
Ah.
played the game to know
Mm-hmm.
if I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
like it or not, but
Okay.
I've heard and I've seen a lot of dwarf romantic,
Oh yes.
and
Cooperative game.
there's an expansion coming up that is dwarf romantic Sakura.
Ooh.
It
Mm.
looks great,
Mm.
but I really haven't played this game. I heard great things, and also it depends on who's playing it. Some people like it, some people don't. Like
Yes.
usually what happens in board games, like if that
Yes.
game's for you, you're gonna like it or not, then you just don't.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
there's an expansion coming for that game.
Hmm.
Mm.
That looks
Mm.
cute.
It looks cute.
It looks cute.
Good. Okay.
It looks like a nice, peaceful time.
Yeah.
Mm.
So far,
All
so
So
right.
far.
far.
Oh, one thing that I would like to bring out tonight to our chismecito section. I know, Adri, you missed the episode when the things get a little bit spicy on BGG. So Axel
Mm.
and Axel and I
Oh
would talk about
yes.
that. I
We
mean,
Mm-hmm.
were
if
talking
you think tonight is being like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
R
spicy.
rated, no, the other one
Last
was like
time.
last time we were alone. I
Last
mean,
time Matt
woof,
Meeple took
A
off his
lot.
woof,
mask
Oh
woof.
wow.
It
Okay.
live.
reached like yeah.
We had to
It turned into something I really wasn't expecting, but I like it. To be
yeah,
Okay.
honest,
I think YouTube like took down the episode.
I know. So
Oh,
Or it might take it down. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it before it's
I
taken
will.
down.
Yeah, I will.
go take a look. And
Okay.
Mhm.
but I just want to bring that up because that game that we talk about is no longer there. So we're talking about I don't know what's the name of the game.
No
Honestly,
longer
I don't
there.
remember, but it's no longer there. It's the
Doesn't
game
exist.
about the exotic dancers. So it's no longer on the top, or no longer able. I
It's
mean,
still
you got.
there,
I don't remember the name, so I couldn't find it like straight in
but you
BGG.
backed it.
I mean, I did, but no, of course not. Or yes,
Or
maybe.
it did, maybe.
Or
Yeah,
maybe.
Of course it's
I
not
get
on the top.
I tried to
You know
get
how
the
many million
upgraded version.
dollars they got? They got 100 million.
No, no, you're kidding. Come on, no, it's
They got a
insane.
lot.
They got a lot, but
They got a
Or
lot.
I think I heard something about the game on top. Was that something like spicy game with
I
with
mean,
a with a weird name?
It was juicy.
Okay,
juicy, very
Mhm.
juicy. But
got
yeah,
it.
that's strange because it was like in the first place on the
Hmm.
top of the hotness. I mean, literally, it
It
was
was
hot.
called Night Shift.
Night shift. That's
Nice.
Night Shifts.
Okay.
You can still get it if you want it. Ends in
still
July
time.
20.
Okay.
Five
Okay.
more days to think
All right.
about it.
But yeah,
Well,
well, just wanted to bring that out. That yeah, I think I get it for my chismecito. It's no longer there. Odd,
What do you mean?
maybe. It's no longer there in the top. I mean, it's not. It's strange for a game that was on the top one. I mean, was first place on the top of hotness games. No longer be there.
You know how much money they have gathered?
No, how much?
600,000.
No.
600,000. See? This is what I'm talking
Damn
about.
it. I told you we had to start getting the stream naked. I mean,
What?
oh,
Extreme
what the
naked?
hell? I'm not.
What is going on? Are we still talking about board games? All right.
yes, they were talking about board games and look at
We are
their
talking about
success.
board games.
Yeah, look
But you
at
know
Jeez,
what?
Louise. Okay,
Adri,
Jesus Christ and the
thank you
Mother
very
Right.
much.
of course.
Yeah.
Tell
Okay,
us.
you're
What's
I
your chismecito?
want to let you know that there is excellent deals on board games coming from Colossal Games. Do you guys know Colossal Game
Yeah, of
Publisher?
course.
They
Oh,
are the
wow.
ones who made
The
Meso,
gorilla brand.
the Gorilla brand.
Hmm.
If you go into their website,
Okay, let me share that with you.
yeah, and
Colossal.
you'll find that they have some juicy, not all the games, but some of their games have very juicy discounts, 50% kind of thing.
Oh, let's see.
And this comes from, I heard this chismecito from the very, uh, the only
Let's see.
one, the boss, El Jefe. El
Ah,
Jefe was the
ah.
one who told me,
With
um,
regards to the jefe, where is
El
he?
Jefe,
No,
he's
El
always,
where?
Jefecito, where is
Yeah.
he?
So
he's,
now,
he's on a different planet.
what?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's working
Okay,
hard.
knock on $300. Are you fucking crazy?
What?
Okay.
Yeesh.
But yeah, Meso specifically, the area
Okay,
control with,
Mezzo, Yucatan, and Mezzo. Yes,
yeah, you can
I know.
see Meso on sale,
Mm.
50%, it's $45.
Where is Mezzo? Hold on. Kemet,
You,
Kemet.
it's in the
I'm
middle. It's in the
interested.
middle. You're almost there.
That's what
You're
she
almost. There it
said.
is. A little bit lower. There it is.
That's what she said.
Oh, wow.
Everything is
Mhm.
50% off.
Okay.
So I did the math, and he decided to get everything, like all the things, pretty
Wow.
much all the things. He went in for it, and you know what? He paid less than what I paid during the Kickstarter.
Wow.
Yep, it's crazy.
Look at this. Even the upgrading components.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Revive.
yeah. So it's
Well,
not all
Revive
the
is quite
games, but
expensive.
yeah, it's a
Anyway.
normal price. But there are some games that have, especially Meso. If you were looking for Meso, this is your chance. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Kemet.
why they
Oh,
are selling it for
come
so
on,
much cheap.
100. I was looking
Uh,
for Kemet. Kemet is not. Well, this is
you
the
want Kemet?
Kickstarter. Yeah, but this is the Kickstarter edition, so
Right,
that's
right.
probably why. Okay, yeah, but yeah. Let's go back to
Anyway,
Meso. Yeah, okay.
yeah, Meso. If you're looking for Meso specifically, I think
Mhm.
this is your
Yeah,
chance to
yeah.
get it for very cheap.
Meso.
Meso.
Yeah.
What
Yep.
is
Meso.
the game about? Have you heard? I haven't seen it before.
It was on
Yeah.
Kickstarter a while ago. I got it. It's an area control game, so you can see from the map. You are trying to fight for
Mhm.
each area is gonna have you're gonna see who has the most control, and you're gonna get points based on that. And you have different I think
Tribes.
different Mayan gods,
Hmm.
because you're in the
Also,
south region of Mexico, so you are where the
Yucatan.
Mayans. Yeah,
Oh, those
Hmm.
miniatures are really good.
they
But they
are
are.
very cool.
They are.
They are very
Wow.
nice. Um,
Oh, look at this. They also have the cenote here.
yeah, they have
Mm,
Chivalba,
nice.
the
Chihuahua.
underworld. It's
Yeah.
very good. It's very good. I really enjoyed it. And one time I brought it to Mexico and played with him, and he really enjoyed it. So
You
he's been
you
wanting to
brought
get it, but it was expensive.
you brought that huge box to Mexico?
I did.
Wow, that's
I
love.
shipped it.
Okay.
No, I just brought it. It's not that big. It's like a medium, small big. You know, if you have multiple big, it's like this.
What? Wow. Okay.
I mean, it's
Just
not big
kidding. It's
for me,
smaller.
but
It's smaller.
I know it's not big for me, but I mean, it all
I
depends
mean,
on perspective.
it
Okay.
depends on
On
perspective, but
space as well, because I
Ah,
mean, if you don't have much space, then
all right.
depends
Yes.
on
Mhm.
suitcases.
Ah,
Depends on the
also that
airline.
also that also.
All
Mhm.
right. But anyway, yeah, that I figure that will be worth mentioning. And of course, there's
Mhm.
always a lot of Kickstarters to mention if you are into it.
We
But
are we are on rehab. Did
we
you
are in
listen
rehab.
us? So why
There
you
was
bring
this
it?
Kickstarter from
It will
Lotus
be.
Magnus Studios that make amazing miniatures. They had this Kickstarter called Blood, and it's like a boss battler, and their miniatures so good. And I passed it. I was like, I need it, and then I was like, oh, oops,
Oh,
it's over. Oops, it's over. I didn't do it.
I
Okay,
didn't back it. Okay, so
I
forget
didn't
mhm.
it.
back it.
Yeah, good,
I know. Yeah, it
good,
was.
good for you. So proud of you.
Thank you.
I like it.
It
Really
took a
proud.
lot of effort.
A
Thank
little
you.
bit, but yeah, so far.
Thank
Great.
you.
Good.
But yeah, so how many weeks until Gen Con?
Two and a
2 weeks.
half.
Two? Are you kidding me? Two?
Oh, two, just two. So you start packing.
Start
Yes.
packing? What are you
Yes.
talking about?
Ah,
What are you
Yeah.
talking about? Well, I
We have
guess
a
we'll
contract. We have a contract
we
signed.
have a
So
contract.
of course, of course,
I guess
your life depends on it. So it's up to
depends
you.
on the
Mm,
contract.
Hmm.
All right. Well, we're gonna leave a lot of Gen Con talk for next episode, so make sure to
Yeah, let's
not
do.
miss that, especially if you're gonna go to Gen Con, so that you know what's up. Right?
Hmm.
true.
We're
Yeah.
gonna know all the secrets. We're gonna talk about all the pro tips, all the all the juicy spices, everything.
Hmm. Yep.
What
And
you need to
then
bring, what you not need to bring,
the
everything.
expectations are
Tip.
high.
Expectations.
Some
Yeah.
tips as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you don't
Excellent.
want to miss it. All right.
You do not.
Yep. There you
So
go.
make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out
Yeah.
when we're live. There you go.
Do it. Do it.
And
Do
check
it.
on the bell as well.
Yep. Yeah.
Do
There
it.
you go. There you go.
But anyway, my friends, thank you very much for joining me today. Everyone in chat, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
If you want to keep up with what's happening in our lives during the week, make sure to follow us on our individual Instagram accounts, or you can also follow the podcast on Instagram as well. And
You did it.
without
Yay.
further ado, my friends, stay hydrated, get some sleep, play some games, and we'll be seeing you next Monday.
Until
See you,
next
boss.
Monday.
All
Next
right.
Monday.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.